important is there's always some serious pointed in because his original direction was he wanted to dope and ride bikes and see what doping really does for you. And I was interested in that, like the whole procedure. How does Lance Armstrong, how did he do it? And he went into that step-by-step program, and then all of a sudden it just changes because the guy providing the doping scheme happened to be the Russian dude who, doped all the Russians. So, I mean, of course, there was a bigger story there. It made it more exciting, but he didn't finish up. What happened to his bike races? Did he win? Did he?
But that's the thing. Can you imagine if he'd come out with this story? It hits the Sundance Film Festival, and then 2 weeks later it breaks about the.
Well, there's something similar going on with that. There's a Netflix documentary that's very interesting called The Staircase.
Okay.
And it's about a murder of, I think it's Michael Peters. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is the first half of the documentary was already made while the court case was going on, and then it changes in like 2016, 17. So I think the murder took place in the 90s, and then it came back. So there's like a 2-part to the documentary series, and it's like really wild.
Staircase.
Yes.
I got to look into that. The only documentary where
Michael Peterson.
Okay.
These are author.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The only documentary where I remember there was a subject change or an addendum to at the end, which really worked out, was My Date with Drew.
Okay.
Did you ever see that documentary?
No.
Young guy, nice guy, but 30-year-old pizza delivery driver kind of guy. Just had a crush on Drew Barrymore for like his entire life. And this is back
weird.
This is back when Best Buy allowed you to had a 30-day return policy, no questions asked. So he bought with all of his money this video camera and decided to do a 30-day journey of him trying to get a date with Drew Barrymore. And this is for real. And it's wonderful watching this happen. So then you get to the day, day 30 where he has to return the camera, and it hasn't happened. He screwed up his only opportunity to do it, and he was really bummed about it. And so, film goes dead because that's the end of the film. He's like, I got, movie's over. Well, then it kicks back on that what had happened in reality over the next year, the word had spread about it. Drew Barrymore had heard about it and invited him out on a date. And so he was able to get another camera. To
that's wild.
It's wonderful. It's cute. It's all get out because he actually has his friends get him fake press passes to the Golden Globes Awards. And he goes in like, I'm going to meet her. And he goes face to face with her. And his friends got the camera on him, and he just locks up. Like, oh. And she smiles at him and walks away.
Do you think that would be a good story today, or do you think it would be like a little too creepy?
No.
Because I was having the discussion with a buddy saying like, what movies would fly today and wouldn't fly today that they made, in the 80s or in the 90s.
Every movie made in the 80s would not fly today.
Yeah, every TV show,
pretty much. Night Court, you kidding me?
Like none of that stuff would have been okay.
John Larroquette won 5 Emmy Awards. Now I'd be getting like 5 restraining orders on him just for playing the character.
Yeah. Because there was even, you remember the TV show Step by Step?
That was Bobby Ewing, right? Patrick Duffy.
Yeah, that was during that time.
Summers, yeah.
There was a plot line. So there's a TV series or a little mini episode series on YouTube and stuff. Look it up. There's 2 parts to it. One, they do Zach Morris's trash. Mm-hmm. And basically it makes fun of Saved by the Bell plot lines and how bad of a person Zach Morris really is. Because they actually like just look at the plots and like, this is actually what's really happening. Uh-huh. And there's another one that's like, this is an actual episode of Step by Step. And one of them was TJ, the oldest boy in the family. Because Step by Step is very similar to the Brady Bunch concept.
Right.
Where 2 divorced parents get together and they have all these kids. Well, it was like the episode was about a teacher hitting on TJ and seducing him. A female teacher, yes.
Oh yeah, Family Ties. They had a similar.
And I was like, that would not fly today.
Oh, absolutely not.
It was kind of wild knowing that was only like 15 years ago. But yeah. Do you have anything else that jumps to your mind that wouldn't fly today?
Literally every
like Weird Science would not be okay. The movie.
I would have to agree with you on that one. Weird Science.
Yeah.
Well, think about every teen-based movie of the 1980s.
Okay.
No longer, no more Spring Break.
Well, I mean, I saw Some Kind of Wonderful Bodies not too long ago, and that could fit.
Mrs. Skippy and I just watched that the other night.
Yeah.
Again, I had it racked up on my DVR. That one would.
Yeah. There was some weird thing. Actually, if you look at the plot, though, the main character guy was a little obsessive with Leah Thompson.
Well, that was the whole point. It was part of his artistic thing. You want to talk creepy obsessive? Do about John Cusack and Say Anything. Now, that's the guy that needed restraining orders.
Really? He didn't hit her.
No, you don't have to hit someone.
Well, I know, but like, when did he cross the line?
That was like stalking laws were made for guys like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything ended up positive in the end.
If you stood outside someone, did you get Holly by standing outside her window playing loud music?
But wasn't he at that point asking forgiveness from her?
Even worse. So you screw up. So your answer for forgiveness is to
because the beginning,
the local sound ordinances.
Well, the beginning, if you remember the beginning of the movie, what was great was he wanted a picture with her. So they set up this thing where they have her at graduation. He walks behind her and turns towards the camera, and it's like, that counts, right? Taking a picture. I mean, that was pretty funny, but really creepy at the same time.
Now, here's something that's going to be interesting because they're doing Top Gun 2. Top Gun Maverick is what it's called. Well, you talk about the epitome of the 80s movies, testosterone-driven movies. It was Top Gun.
Yeah.
There's Boys Club when there's no place for women in the cockpit there. Well, obviously, they're going to be updating that.
Yeah.
For now. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out.
Yeah, it is.
Because you'll be able to see the difference in the mindset with the same characters.
I mean, I bet you anything they're going to be really upset that Tom Cruise hasn't aged at all, but everyone else has aged dramatically.
Do you think Val Kilmer's like on the Atkins diet or something?
No. I don't know if I thought I sent this to you.
No.
There was an interview with Val Kilmer. He had throat cancer. So his voice is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
It's completely not Val Kilmer. And it was, I don't know if it's a temporary thing, but it was more or less like in the year of today of the interview and stuff. And he I'm trying to see if I can like his voice sound like this.
Okay.
And he couldn't control it. Like, that's just the way it was. I was like, man, the Iceman's going to be, cannot be a strong man in the movie world.
Wow.
So
interesting to see how that turns out.
And Anthony Edwards should be in a dream sequence.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, any other ideas that wouldn't fly today?
I have to think about that one.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Well, we're going to take our break because we got to get our guests on. Did you know they're looking for a Isaac Conroe lookalike? You know what he looks like? Looks like this. That's what it looks like. I don't know, but anyone that's listening. But we're going to be posting this to our Facebook and stuff so you can see a picture.
I guess
there's a $500 reward for those.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it says on the poster. Is this like legit? Is the $500 legit, or is that just kind of like going with the wanted theme? Okay, well, I can't. The mic's on Ani, dude. So we can't hear it.
First,
apparently that
sounds
legit.
like.
So you're actually gonna stick around and listen to this, because that's pretty cool for a local actor who wants to dress up and be at a special event and get paid. You listen to Lone Star Community Radio, IRLoneStar.com, and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. We'll be right back.
You so much. I love you.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on IRLoneStar.com. Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936.
Mornings with Lone Star.
Lone Star Boxer Rescue is a nonprofit organization serving Montgomery County and surrounding areas. dedicated to the health and well-being of the boxer breed. Lone Star Boxer Rescue is run and managed 100% by volunteers since 1999. Our main objective is to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome boxers that come to us from many sources, including local animal shelters, owner surrenders, and strays. For more information about Lone Star Boxer Rescue, visit our website at lsbr.org.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris. And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
I've been alone with you inside my mind, and in my dreams I've kissed your lips.
Welcome back. Morning's Lone Star, Dick and Skippy, 10:07 on the dot in the studio. Weather, we already broke it. We broke 80, going up another 6 degrees today. The rains are supposed to start pretty soon for the next few hours. Humidity's already at 92%, so it feels like 88. But the Lone Star weather tree outside my window lets me know the winds are coming out of the south-southwest, 2 miles an hour. So we're going to have a few hours of some rain, but nothing too radical.
Yeah, traffic conditions in the Montgomery County area, I'm not really seeing any accidents or incidences. If you're traveling on major highways like Highway 59 and 45, can I say 59? Do we ever, finalize?
It's 59 and 69 at the same time.
So what should I say?
I'm old school, 59 for me.
No, but so anyone born after 2018,
it's going to be Interstate 69.
Okay, so I'm going to go with 69 because those people, are future audience. Highway 69, heading southbound, northbound. I'm not really seeing any problems going into Houston. Heading northbound on both of those, you look good through Cleveland and also through Huntsville and 45. So yeah, there you go. Boom. Traffic and weather.
Well, what?
That was it. That was the report.
That was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a guest here.
We have several guests.
We do.
Well, so I will introduce guest Alpha, and then guest Alpha will introduce guests Beta and Charlie.
Okay.
So we have the indomitable Nathan Arzada in the studio with us. Give it up.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing?
Where's his theme
song?
Good. I thought he had a theme song.
What?
Well, I kind of like the theme song you've got playing for me. It made me... It's a good thing there's a table between us right now because it kind of put me in the mood this morning to be soft and gentle.
Yeah.
Yeah, get, my soft and gentle side. I have one. Not often, but I do.
I believe you.
Yeah.
So Nathan, welcome to the studio. We haven't seen you in a while.
It has been a while. Thanks for having me. I kind of missed you guys too. I listened to you and I watch you on Facebook Live.
See, Dick, awesome. I told you someone listens to us. I told you.
I watch them on Facebook Live. Do you? If you do, awesome. If you don't, why not? They're funny. They're not real handsome, but they're funny.
We got your theme song.
Right? Is this what you're talking about?
No.
Oh.
If the check comes in and the money's right, Boudreaux will do just about anything. I was Molly Parton at Halloween one time, and I won second place as Molly Parton, Dolly's twin sister.
Now, speaking of lookalike
contests, $100 bill. Take it.
Speaking of lookalike contests, why don't you introduce our guest and let's start talking?
Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you what. We have got some fun, smart, intelligent, lovely ladies here. And I'm going to start off and introduce, to my left is Lynn Hawthorne Howard. Lynn Howard. And she's here because we're going to be talking about the Isaac Conroe homestead that her and her husband, Carl, have bought and renovated and furnished. Carl has knocked it out of the park with the, I don't even call it, with the furnishings, with the decorations, with the staging, with just the interior.
The milieu.
Is awesome. It's awesome. And there's so much more about Lynn. One thing I just want to say to talk about Lynn that a lot of people don't know that I think is so awesome. Her resume is probably this long, but she was the first female Toyota dealership in the United States of America. And I meant to ask you this, I bet in the whole world.
Right.
Noble Toyota,
Correct.
right here in Conroe, Texas, Montgomery County, the first female owner of a Toyota dealership in the world right there. That's awesome, guys. You think about it.
That is cool. And it helps that I drive a Toyota. So I bought,
That's right.
I bought 4 of them. So
I don't think she's getting any residuals, but you know what? They're still close to her heart.
a different dealership, but it's the thought that counts.
The Japanese had thought women should be at home in different positions. They thought they were the only reason to have a lady was to come in to serve the tea in the dealership.
Oh, when I was a kid, I lived in Japan for several years, and I can guarantee you that Japan in the 1970s was the most misogynistic, chauvinistic place in the universe. I could not believe it.
Well, she broke the glass ceiling then, and she's continuing to break it now.
Awesome.
And I'll just tell you real quickly what's going on is her and Carl bought the historic Isaac Conroe homestead. It's right over here on Avenue A and First Street. It's 133 years old. Isaac Conroe, who is given credit for founding Conroe, built
that was his name then.
Yeah. And she'll tell you more about that name too. It's real interesting. But he built that house 133 years ago, and the bones are still stronger than our bones, Skippy. It's incredible. The wooden floors, the shiplap that's hidden behind the sheetrock. There's so much more about it. But she'll tell you about that, an incredible Founders Day celebration that her and Carla thought about that's for the community, that's for the city of Conroe. And then we brought with us because, in my opinion, when I think of Conroe, I think of so many things, but I think there's got to be a protector. There's got to be someone who is an advocate.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm the screaming head sometimes, the voice and face of things. She's not. She is the soft, silent. But I will venture to say that no one has ever or will ever love Conroe more than Nancy McKeska.
And I'm happy to be here today and support Miss Lynn and this endeavor to have our Founders Day set up. It's something we should have done a long time ago. So Just exciting time. And of course, I've been in the home. It's beautiful. And she's going to tell us a little bit about it in a minute. But it's an exciting time. And I'm pleased to be here. So thanks for having me.
Sure. Thanks for being here. And you guys, thanks for having us here. Skippy, what questions do you have about the home or leading up to why they bought the home or anything like that?
Well, I was going to ask what prompted you actually buying the house, and how did it come to be on the market?
Well, it wasn't really on the market, but about one day, a friend of mine was the realtor, and I found out about it, and I hadn't even seen the inside. I said, we'll buy it. So it was a cash deal, and we bought it, and everybody was happy. And then, lo and behold, discover it did have great bones, but it's so historical. It really needs to be preserved for the city of Conroe. And it had needed a little facelift. It had weathered a few storms. And so the first thing that we did was really go in and do the wiring and the plumbing, updated that, and new air conditioner and alarm system, all of the basic things before we started doing more cosmetic things too. But as Nathan said, it has between the sheetrock on the outside and the inside of the sheetrock is the shiplap. Still has the square nails in it. And,
wow.
There is a little area there that's about, I'd say 3 feet by 2 feet that we left like a window where you can actually see and witness the shiplap. And the floors are all still the original ones that Isaac Conroe milled and had put in. And I dare say there's not many floors that are 133 years old. They're in that great a shape because I think back then they were true craftsmen. They weren't just laborers and took a lot of pride in their work. And of course, it was for his home and he owned the sawmill. So I'm sure they took a little extra to make sure it was wonderfully done. And so we repainted the outside, put a brand new roof on the house, and did some other cosmetic things inside. And when we got it finished, then Carl is really good at staging, and he furnished the entire thing down to washer cloths in the bathroom and curtains on the walls and etc.
Wow.
And we started thinking, this house, it has a big historical marker in the front of it, of course, which was dedicated probably 25 years ago. I mean, it's been a long time. One of the neat things about that is if the marker is on the outside, you can pretty well do what you want to do to the house itself. If it is on the house, like on the wall of the house or something, then it is really a lot of what you have to do according to the state of Texas as to what they'll permit you to do or not do. And that takes a very long process. So it didn't take us but about 5 months to totally renovate this house. It sits on 3 lots. So it's on 2 corners, the corner of Sherman, I believe it is, First Street and Avenue A. So, and it's just about a block from the Courier. It's about 3 blocks from the courthouse. Of course, I believe, Nancy, it was the fire of 1911 that destroyed most of that side of Conroe, because that was the original side of Conroe, and that was the original downtown. Mm-hmm. And I think that now Nancy was telling me that the city plans to revitalize and bring that back on both sides of the railroad track. And so they will be extending the street lights and other things. She knows a lot more about that over to the Isaac Conroe home. But in the process of doing all this is the home that founded Conroe. It dawned on me, we didn't have a Founder's Day. And so that's how the whole idea got started, because what better place to have a Founder's Day than the Isaac Conroe homestead, the house that built Conroe. And we happen to own it right now. It is for sale. And
let's say that again. Is it for sale?
It is for sale.
And it is a great value. The historical, the land. There's so much land there.
It is. It is. And
I'm trying to understand.
In a perfect world, it would make a wonderful Conroe, Texas museum. If we had some angels, or if I was in a position or something, it would be wonderful for the city of Conroe to own and maintain this legacy.
Anyone could buy this house?
Are you thinking about for you and Holly, like wedding gift?
Well, just
we could pool our money.
But you know a little bit about Isaac Conroe, I assume.
No, I know zero. Tell me, why did we name the town after him?
Well, I think
I thought he was named after the town.
No.
He named the town?
He was born in New Jersey.
Okay.
And his father, his name at that time was spelled Conrow. And his father was a carpenter, is my understanding. And they eventually moved to Chicago, where he finished growing up. And then he fought in the Civil War and actually sustained a rather bad injury to his right cheek and throat that they presumed him dead. Mm-hmm. And he was out of commission for a couple of months, recuperating in one of their field hospitals, and came back to join his regiment. Was it the Battle of Gettysburg he was in? Or one of the famous battles. And then when the war was over, he was an excellent horseman. In fact, he brought his own horse in gear to the war with him. And he traveled around through New Orleans, and he came to this area, to Conroe, and fell in love with Conroe. So he chose to live here. This is where he chose to make his home. And since he had been raised as a carpenter and knew a lot about wood and so forth, he put in a sawmill. And I think that was Nancy, about 1880, something like that. Mm-hmm. And then he had taken a brief respite to go up and marry his Philadelphia bride and brought her back down here. And so he built this home for her originally, but she was very well society connected, and she liked Houston. So she and the children lived in Houston, and he commuted back and forth. He was here during the week running his sawmill, and he would go. And the way he got back and forth was the railroad. So the railroad came right through here, and he at night would take his lantern out and flag down the railroad or in the daytime with his white handkerchief. And one day he happened to be
Did he do it like
Right?
that?
There you go.
He did it like that.
And they'd stop. And he happened
Because there wasn't
to,
a stop here at that time.
No, there was not a stop here at that time. And the person he sat next to on a certain day was one of the executives with that particular railroad. And they got to talking. And that's how it came about that they decided, since he already had a tram, because he had, 3 mules that followed and had already had this, and that he had this going sawmill, that they would make it a Isaac Conroe's ', switch. And so that's how Conroe actually obtained its name. By the way, did I tell you when he left Chicago, I don't know if his father, who it was, they changed the spelling of his name from Conrow to Conroe. And as far as we know, it's the only Conroe there is in existence anywhere. So,
and I got to say this, you like to research, and so do I. I can't find another Conroe, Conroe, anywhere in the U.S. as a city.
And we have done some research. So there's not like a Conroe, New York, or a Conroe, Florida, or a Conroe, California. We are Conroe. And I think that's something to be very proud of. But eventually, as I said, he built this home himself, or his laborers did. And they dropped the Isaac, he called it Conroe's switch. Then they dropped switch. And finally, they dropped the whole thing and it became Conroe, Texas. So that's how we got our name, which is historic because in the research that I've looked at, there's very few towns in the United States that has a founder and it has their name, and they were built and founded by one person whose last name is how the town is so called. So,
and it's cool because there's so much that goes along with what she's saying, and we don't have the time to get into it, but if you go to the Facebook page, Isaac Conroe Homestead, we've tried to put different things up there, but quickly, I'll just say this, like she said, he gets credit for founding this because he wanted a stop here.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, we'll put a stop in, but you have to sell tickets. So he had to make there a reason for other ones. So he brought in other sawmills. He brought in other businesses. Because of him, they decided to move the county seat from Montgomery to Conroe. However, they had no courthouse. So the upstairs of this house had to be the courthouse for a couple of years.
Okay, because I did some research on Montgomery County courthouses for a magazine, and I knew there was a house, so it was the same house.
This is the house, and you can see the upstairs bedroom was the courthouse, and behind it was the U.S. Post Office on the same level, and Isaac was the postmaster.
Yes.
So he's been given credit for bringing all that here to Conroe and building Conroe in more ways than just the house.
Yes.
Well, then
another railroad, too. Another railroad.
Another
he
railroad.
brought another railroad.
And there was a back stairs up to the public part of the house, which was the courthouse and the post office. That has since been made into a kitchen. That's the only unoriginal part of the house. But the courthouse, the part that served as courthouse and post office is still very much there.
Well, it's really fortunate that, Lynn, obviously you know the history and you have a love for Conroe, apparently. So that predates your being able to buy the house, right?
Yes.
So what a wonderful confluence of events that came on the market for you at this time. You had the means to do it. I'm just shuddered to think what would happen if some big developer had come in and said, let's just raise it and build a loft housing.
Oh, that would hurt my heart.
Well, then I'm very, very glad because, like I said, I did research on the courthouses and I knew about the house, but just not this history behind it. So have you and Carl been like lifelong Conroe residents yourself, or are you like Isaac?
I got here as soon as I could, just like Isaac did.
Right.
Yeah. But I have been in this area since '79, so I've been around a long
time. So you've seen it, and you know what's coming, right?
Well, I've seen the tremendous growth that Conroe has had from a little bitty town to now kind of a metropolitan.
Yeah, it's total metropolis,
and yes, and still growing. But we still need to preserve our roots, and this is the house that built Conroe. And very few places have that kind of root that they can point to and say, this is where we started. This is our birthplace. This is the person that we accredit starting our home, our town.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the Isaac Conroe lookalike contests, and then about the event and all that kind of stuff. Well, we do have one user before we go. Yes, what's the address again?
It's 202 Avenue A. It is on the corner of First Street and Avenue A. Back then, they named their streets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and A, B, C, D. So it's right there, Avenue A and First Street, 202.
There you go. You're listening to Mornings Lone Star, brought to you by Conroe Coffee and Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. We're going to take a quick sponsored break, and we'll return with the Isaac Conroe Lookalike Contest.
Cause you know just what to say.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app for your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That is Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids are removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. With scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning, Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Time again, how much I care. Sometimes I feel my heart will.
Welcome back. Morning's Lone Star, Dick and Skippy.
overflow.
I'm still Skippy. He's still Dick. 80 degrees outside. The rains are maybe starting here. So do wear your brollies. We got a studio full of some awesome people here. We got Nathan Arizada here with Lynn Howard and Nancy McEska. And Lynn's been telling us about how she and her husband Carl, through this amazing confluence of events, were able to purchase Isaac Conroe's house. We're in Conroe, Texas. You don't need to be a math genius to know that 1 and 1 equals 2 on this one. And they're putting together a Founders Day celebration. Along with that is an Isaac Conroe lookalike contest that I think I won't do well in. But I must point out that, Charles Chaplin one time entered a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest and came in third. I am not joking. This is true. But anyhow,
well, he's got to enter. You've got to call him out on live on air. He's got to enter. He's got to enter.
Yeah. Okay.
If I make him enter, do I get half the?
He really has. As soon as Lynn walked in, she's like, "My God, look at him.
Yeah,
he's got the basic Isaac Conroe look."
Which is what?
You look like Isaac Conroe. You just look like you could pull. Dude, you're crazy if you don't.
The goober who made a city.
Do I have to dye my hair?
50-yard line.
What color is his hair?
Brown.
Who cares? It's black and white.
Is it dishwater blonde?
Brown. He had brown hair and blue eyes.
According to this picture, his hair is sepia.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I don't really know. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Put some mousse on it. Call it a day.
So let's talk to Nancy now. Nancy, hey, Nancy was City Conroe. And now tell us about, what brings you here today. How are you guys involved with the upcoming festivities?
Well, I'm glad to be here today and to support Lynn and Carl in their endeavor to start a Founders Day celebration. The city has never had a Founders Day celebration, and as the mayor and I and the Howards toured the house for the first time, they were discussing whether or not, it was time to look at some type of celebration for our founder, which is, of course, is Isaac Conroe. And it just seemed like the right time. The house is ready. It's there. The city's run a housing program over in the historical Dugan area for many, many years. And this house sits right in that area. So we've been watching the house over the years deteriorate. It has had other owners come and go and leasers come and go. And no one really ever took it and did anything with it. So when the Howards came along, and really took an interest in it, it was really like another little miracle for our city. So the city's very excited about the house and all the work that's gone into it and the future of, all the possibilities. And we're not sure exactly what will happen with it, but certainly gives a lot of opportunities and a lot of excitement around it. The idea of having a Founders Day was exciting for everybody. So we're glad to be a part of that and glad to participate in any way that we can. And I'm excited to support the endeavor. So we'll see what happens with it. So hopefully our citizens will be excited about it as well.
And when is Founders Day planned to be?
Well, we decided to have Founders Day on August the 2nd. Isaac Conroe was born in February, we understand, but we don't know what date in February. But we do know he died right here in Conroe on August the 2nd. So that is why we're going to have it on August the 2nd in honor of him. And that happens to be a Thursday this year. And we hope this is just the first annual. We hope that it continues. But I think we have some things planned. Nancy's been in the midst of doing a lot of that. And you want to tell them some of the things that are going to happen?
Well, we're going to try to have a celebration over at the house and have the mayor involved and some of the city staff involved. And, of course, the contest that we're going to talk about in a minute is going to be the winner will be announced that night and the prizes awarded. So it's going to be an exciting evening, I think. And there's some other activities going on at the same time. And we hope it's just a great evening in Conroe as a whole, because I think it can be a real special time that evening for Conroe. A lot of different events there's nothing wrong with having lots of things going on in Conroe. So we're excited about it. And we think this is going to be something special. So you bet.
That's great. And is it going to be an all-day event, like 8 a.m. to midnight?
No, we're going to have it in the evening from 6:30 to 8:30. Hopefully, it'll be a little cooler by then.
Mm-hmm.
And the city is putting out some chairs, and it has nice big trees out there, so that should help with not being in the direct sunshine.
Awesome.
And I think we're thinking about maybe having some closing off the street, or going to try to, or doing some of that, and have the black powder in honor of Isaac Conroe. One of the I don't know exactly what
Civil War era military
groups that are going to
awesome. Okay.
Come and shoot the black powder and do a salute, and then we'll have I think the chamber's going to have a ribbon out there, so because it's the first initial opening of Founders Day, and various things of that nature are going to be going on at the same time.
We'll have some ladies in period costumes.
Oh, yes.
Showing the home. So you'll have an opportunity actually to go inside the home and see the home. And that's very exciting for anybody that hasn't seen it yet. Yes. So I think that'll add to the evening as well, having ladies to show the home in period costumes.
In period dress, and tell a little bit about the different rooms. Nathan helped us. We've named some of the rooms, such as the parlor and the salon.
Yes.
So we were keeping in the period.
That's right.
And if you go to the Facebook page, if you get a chance, Isaac Conroe Homestead, you'll see probably about 10 different little videos, anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes long, where Lynn took you on a tour. She invited you in. She sat down and talked about the parlor and some of the history. Then there's another video. She's in the salon and she's talking about how ruggedly handsome he looked. See, if you do it, you'd be ruggedly handsome if you get picked to be him.
And you will get 50-yard line tickets to all the Conroe home football games for this next season. Here they are, right here, fresh off the press. Just got them.
And with that $500 cash,
$500 cash reward,
he can buy nachos. He can buy popcorn at the game.
There you go.
And if you come in the Isaac Conroe look, fake mustache, whatever, and the suit that he probably wore that era, you get a lot of photographs. And you know what? There might be some other companies or city events where they might even want to hire you Just throwing it out there, Dick.
So where can people find more information about the contest?
Two things. Go to the Isaac Conroe Homestead Facebook page or go to isaacconroehome.com. And it's got its own page with all the rules, all the guidelines, and things of that nature.
And Isaac is with 2 A's and a C.
It is. And it's not hard on the rules. We just want a picture, or you can do less than a 1 minute video if you prefer. And other than that, there's no age limit, height limit, or anything else. Just you have the picture, just try to look like Mr. Conroe, and then you'll become Mr. Conroe.
And part of the side things that we were thinking about this contest is it would be so cool if some of the local high school kids that were thespians, that were in drama, stage right, in theater, if they got involved and, had a competition, and tried to get involved in it, because then we think it would also stir up the talk about the history of Conroe and stir up, that it's tradition, that it's something that is our upbringing. I mean, it's our history. So we thought it'd be cool to get that type of thing going. Got a buddy of mine who's a firefighter, and he's got that huge mustache, and everybody in his family, Ryan Wallace, Jackie Weehot, Jason Weehot, Janet Green, Michelle Green, they're all trying to get him to do it. But so the cool thing about that is then they're saying, well, there's a lot of firefighters with that big bushy mustache. Okay, then let's have 3 or 4 firefighters enter it, and give the first responders some love. So
Dick,
it's
you know
about
what
community.
firefighters beat you on this? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, there's a shirtless contest, right?
Yeah, we'll do a calendar. The Men of Lone Star. I get to be Mr. July.
Our special guests, we still have several direct descendants of Isaac Conroe, and they will be there as well. That we'll introduce them, and you'll get to meet his great granddaughter and
Great grandson, Tommy Conroe. Everybody knows Tommy Conroe from Walmart.
Sure. Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, cool. This is a cool event. Again, just visit it online at Isaac with 2 A's, conroehome.com for more information about the home, about the lookalike contest, and also Founders Day. Nathan, ladies, thank you so much for coming in and being on the show. That was a lot of fun. And maybe I'll bring a fake mustache tomorrow. I'll wear it during the show. You got to get into the role, right? So I got to understand what this guy did.
Dick, I will happily staple that mustache to your face for as long as you
Thank you.
I bet you know somebody next door that can help him with the period suit.
I can help him with it. What am I, chopped liver? I
can
turn him into...
We don't want to give you too much to do. It's your birthday tomorrow. So we don't want to do that.
Thanks for the reminder.
Your birthday is tomorrow? My birthday was yesterday.
Well, happy birthday to you. We're both finally legal.
All right. So you are listening to Lone Star Community Radio with Mornings with Lone Star. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. It is only 10:37. We're here till 11 o'clock. So stick around.
Tell you time and time again how much I care.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, a Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. A Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
An estimated 1 in 10 births will result in a neonatal intensive care stay, also known as the NICU. Overnight, a family can find themselves and their newborn baby in a critical situation. The Mila Foundation financially and spiritually assists families in need. If you would like to volunteer or become a monthly sponsor, please visit us at www.themilafoundation.org. Again, that's www.themilafoundation.org, because every life matters.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. With scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning, Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
I sometimes see you.
And then there were two. Welcome back.
Great ladies there. Nathan always just brings such a charge to the show, to the studio. There's heavy pressure on Dick to sign up for this Isaac Conroe lookalike contest, and yeah, I may have to push him on this. I'm going to push some of my acting friends on it too. 10:41 on the dot here. Morning's Lone Star. 80 degrees still, so it actually went down a couple of degrees, I think, as the rains come in. But it's not going to be too bad. Just be safe on the roads out there. We will post a picture of Isaac Conroe to our page, and you can see if you look anything like him. And yeah, that's about the long and short of that. It is already 10:41. We got about another 10, 12, 15 minutes here.
Yeah, maybe.
Welcome back.
That was a lot of information.
That was. So you do want to go to IsaacConroeHome.com.
Yeah.
Or just go to Facebook and look up Isaac Conroe, and I think you should be able to find it there. And get all the great information out. It is nice. Oh, I can't help but think, how many movies have started off in a small town or a rural town, celebrating its Founders Day, and then that's when the bad stuff happens. I'm talking Dante's Peak, Lake Placid.
It's true.
All these movies where it's like,
about that.
it's our inaugural thing. It's our 50th anniversary. And then that's when the volcano blows up. I'm just saying that Conroe may be on the block here if this kind of thing comes together.
Funny.
Yeah. Would be cool if we had like a geyser or a big old volcano hidden that just suddenly.
No, that wouldn't be
Founders
fun.
Day.
That wouldn't be fun at all.
Listen, let's be honest. The worst part about there being a zombie apocalypse is me trying to hide how excited I'd be about it.
It's weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
I wanted to say a follow-up headline I read, and I wanted to tell you about this because we're we talking about the homeless issue over in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Well, apparently a lot of conventions and things that go to San Francisco are not going.
Yeah, they are pulling out.
Did you see that?
I did.
So, and they love using those photos of those needles on the street. Like it's the same photo on everything when you look for this kind of stuff.
Right.
So I wonder, I guess, are people getting the word? I don't know anyone that's from San Francisco, so I have really no idea what's going on over there.
Well, the San Francisco city policies, I guess is how I can phrase it. They are a big experiment. Again, well, in my humble opinion, stuff like a socialist mindset looks great on paper. Yeah, reading the Little Red Book or the or stuff like that looks really good, but does not take into account the human condition. And that's where it really falls, in my opinion, that's where it falls apart. And San Francisco, to be filled with a city with altruists, people going, everyone needs the right to have this or shelter or food or this or that. Everyone deserves it as a basic right. Well, this is them realizing that, warts and all, saying, well, this is...
Well, to give you an
when
idea,
you say free, it's not free to everybody.
Well, really, what they're talking about is the tourism/convention rate. So, to give you an idea, what this, the head of the Travel Association of San Francisco, in 2014, they had roughly around 60 conventions in the year, at the convention center, and they spent $500 million on renovations.
Mhm.
Well, now 2018, they're expected to have 36.
Yeah, basically cut in half.
Cut in half. So, and I imagine with the pocketbook of income that gets affected by travel.
Because also think about it, it's not just half the conventions, but I can guarantee you the bigger ones are the ones that are going. So they're losing more than just half the money.
Yeah.
It's the big ones, and that's the thing.
Well, they also have a new mayor being sworn in on the 11th. So maybe she'll make some comments and things like that about how do you really approach an issue? Because I never really heard any actual good results from the homeless issue.
Well, here's the thing. This new
Have
mayor
you?
coming in, no. And this new mayor ran on basically continuing the policies, because the voters in San Francisco were all about that. Remember, San Francisco is one of the, that was the city that released the illegal immigrant on purpose so ICE couldn't get hold of him. Then he went out and killed a girl, a young girl, 16-year-old girl. This is the city. And the residents, for the most part, were backing up the guy, saying that he was wrong.
In my opinion, they're just approaching it the wrong. They're not talking to the right people. Like if you're a drug dealer, that's where they should have the convention, right?
Oh, like the drug dealers of the world?
Yeah.
International Drug Dealer Consortium. Well, there you go. Yeah, they're catering to the wrong audience. But this is where you have a kind of a knee-jerk reaction. Like, we're going to give, if you're homeless, come here. I mean, that's what they're saying, literally. If you're homeless, come here. Well, they came. And now you got to deal with the fallout on that.
Yeah, deal with it.
So I hope, here's the thing. You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. Of course, and I say this as a conservative and as a human being, there's a homeless problem. And it needs to be addressed. And it needs to be fixed best possible. And I don't think this is the way to do it, but this has to happen. So other people go, okay, this way's not working, cross it off the list. Let's go on to the next one. You'd think that would be kind of obvious that if you just spring open all the borders, everyone come, everyone will come. And then all of a sudden you're left with a whole new mess, in my humble opinion. So good luck to San Francisco on this and digging themselves out of the financial hole they're going to find themselves in.
Yeah.
Because even if they magically fix the homeless problem and the needles problem, doesn't mean that people with the conventions are going to be coming back for the 2019 conventions.
Well, I think that's also neat about opportunities in the 50 states we have. And it's not hard to find another place.
Yeah, right. And even in California, if San Francisco's not doing it for you, you got Sacramento, you got San Diego.
That's also part of the big, if you notice, that's the trend now in the World Cup bids, because World Cup bids are a big deal to certain people. And now it's becoming a deal where people who are putting a bid together, they're teaming up with their neighbors. Because if you remember, the United States and Central America, North America and Central America put a bid in together. And they won. They beat Morocco. Now Morocco is teaming up with two other, two other areas in their next bid, because Morocco almost won. And it's going to be one of those deals where they have the infrastructure and can they provide for all these people, because we haven't really heard anything negative about Russia. Remember last time in Sochi? Was it Sochi? That was a big deal about the hotels not being finished and all those kind of things.
That was Brazil.
Well, no, I remember that being
Sochi,
I remember that being more for the Winter Olympics. But yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what the outcome of this year's World Cup, because it's going to Qatar, I think, next, which is even crazier because it's gonna be so hot there. But yeah, have you been watching the World Cup at all?
No, I have missed it, and I need to, especially now I know England's going crazy right now.
Yeah, there's the final four teams. France and Belgium play Tuesday, and then I believe Croatia and England play Wednesday. And then, of course, I believe it's that Saturday, the third place will be played. And then this Sunday, the final will be taking place. So that's going to be a fun time.
Now, we do have an update that, we talked about earlier. 8 of the Thai soccer boys have been rescued. We still have 4 boys and the coach left. So far, so good.
Didn't we say that this morning?
Crossed. Well, yeah. They're trying to get them through. We got to form a Navy SEAL, because you were asking like, how bad can this be? Because we're kind of. I don't think we appreciate the scale of this. You think you walk into a cave?
Well, it's also like I'm not a spelunker, so like I don't. I mean, the way I look at it is there's many caves, and they all kind of meet sometimes. But then again, to be rained out that quickly, that to me, either A, this thing happens a lot and no one really knew about it until now.
Well, it was the monsoon that hit, and it's just like when Harvey hit Houston. I mean, it doesn't mean
because how long have they been in the cave?
Probably a day. It was like one of those. It was like the worst possible timing known to mankind.
So how long have they been in there? Right?
Oh, they've been in there all 12 days, 18 days. Hold on, we're right around the 2 week.
Because what's scary to me is the initial reports were, they're going to be in there until October, and I was like, holy cow! Like, how bad is this?
Well, they're finding out. They were like, if the floods come, they would be trapped till October if we don't get them out beforehand. They tried their initial attempt, and that's where the former Navy SEAL lost his life. So they had to like, okay, this is now or never. Now, here's the thing. Another former Navy SEAL named Jake Zweig actually has been talking about these caves, saying that trying to hit these boys is literally like trying to climb Mount Everest. It's not just swimming, but then you got to get out of the water. You got to climb mountainous rocks and go to different levels.
But they didn't climb mountainous rocks.
Apparently not like this. This is them getting there. They probably went, the boys and the coach went route A.
Okay.
That everyone else goes. And then that's what got totally flooded out, and there's no way coming back to that. So everyone's having to find these different ways in.
Okay.
So
this is interesting.
Did you know the coach is a former Buddhist monk? He's a young guy. He's only in his 20s, like 25 years old. And they're kind of crediting that kind of him finding his, and I'm not being cutesy when I say kind of finding his Zen happy spot there. Keep these boys together and alive. So I'm glad that they're with him. I'd be the worst guy to be leading a bunch of kids in a cave and trapped there for 2 weeks. I'd be the guy curled up in the ball in the corner and them having to take care of me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, at least I'm, self-conscious. I mean, I'm self-aware enough to admit it. Well, by the way, we were talking about Conroe earlier. The only, not a lot of local news going on, except that we have Willy Wonka happening at the Crichton Theater, and another weekend of 40s musical comedy Murders of 1940 at the Owen. But also a new big business is coming to town, Galdisa, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. They do peanuts. Everything from, like those little crushed up peanuts that are on drumsticks, the ice cream drumsticks.
Yes.
Those guys, and then the bagged peanuts, that's these guys. They have a big plant that opened up here in Conroe.
Really?
So we want to welcome them to the town. We will be calling you soon to see if you want to be nutty enough to be a sponsor.
Good one.
See what I did there?
Speaking of guests, we do have a special guest tomorrow because we're going to be locking up this show right now.
Okay.
Our special guests are some theater people. Your people.
Well, what?
That's right. We have is it Musical Murders?
The musical comedy. See, now you got me.
Musical comedy Murders of 1940. They're going to be jinx. We're going to be in the studio tomorrow around 10 o'clock. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's going on over on the Owen Theater, I believe, for the next 2 weekends.
One more.
So this weekend's the only
14th.
All right. That's the last weekend. So tickets are available at owentheater.com. We're going to have them in the studio. Cool. Special thanks to the folks from the Isaac Conroe Home. You can check out that website and the Conroe lookalike. $500 online, folks. That's isaacconroehome.com. We're coming up next here on Lone Star Community Radio will be the weekly business hour, and then Conroe Coffee and Nerd Thug Radio and all that good stuff. You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1 in the local Conroe area, and worldwide at irlonestar.com. Thanks for joining us. We will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. with more Mornings with Lone Star.
You betcha.